One. Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Daggerheart, the Broken Spine. Good to see everybody. We're down one player who may join us later. We're not sure. Ryan will hopefully be here this evening. But while we're waiting, or not, I don't know. Let's do some introductions. Let's start with, Carly. I always make you go last. Carly, tell us who you are and who you're playing tonight. Any of the spoilers you want to give now?
Yeah, hi guys. I'm Carly Steichen, and I am the game master for this fantastic group of Daggerheart players. I play games, I run games, I make dice, I do stuff. And as for tonight, well, I mean, why ruin the fun?
No, come on, spoilers, you can tell us.
Right?
Well, since you said that, Lauren, why don't you tell me who you're playing tonight?
All right, yep. I'm Lauren. I am playing our Guardian Seraph multiclass Triss. I also do stuff.
Hooray! Who would you like to popcorn it over to?
My brain works. Jeremy.
I wasn't expecting that. Hi, I'm Jeremy. You can find me here on this channel. When we do stuff. We've got lots of stuff going on this month, so we'll talk about that at the end of the show. In the meantime, you can find me on the socials at WH Pubs. Also, in chat, putting up our YouTube link because I'm trying to get to our 500 followers over there before the end of the year. Cranking away. I'm playing Knots, the small blue frazzle-haired terror that this group has come to know and know. Maggie, how about you?
Sorry for mic problems, but I'm Maggie. I am playing Grace Halbert, our human sorcerer bard. And I am eating giant graham crackers.
Nice. Like an adult.
Yeah, because that's my dinner.
That's right.
Chicken nuggets.
Adulting
like
hard.
an adult.
Speaking of adulting, in comes Ryan.
Yeah, adulting for my toddler.
I had a feeling. I just had a feeling. Maggie, was there anything else you want to tell us?
I was gonna... I do stuff, but it's also, like, random stuff. So...
Random's good.
I'm here.
Nice.
Mood, I'm here.
I'm gonna popcorn it over to Jason to give Ryan some time.
Perfect.
All right. I'm Jason. Tonight I will be playing a Stowey, our warrior druid multi-class. I do stuff as well. Usually here, sometimes other places. Wherever.
Excellent.
I terrorize the 1.5 armed goblin knots.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like she doesn't deserve it. And
Stuff
Ryan.
is good.
Oh, sorry. And Ryan.
I was just responding to Miko. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
How's your day, Ryan?
My day is good enough. And yeah, I'm Ryan. I'm playing Nyx, a seraph, and full of vengeance rage, but kind of a confusing rage feeling. And yeah, that's me. I play games sometimes, and I've been out the past week, and I'm sorry, and I'm back.
Welcome back. Glad to have you. Just real quick, is Ryan sounding good to everybody else?
Yep.
Perfect. Well, in that case, I believe everything was A-okay in this just a cave that we're in.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing bad was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There wasn't a fork in the road.
So
There was
just
no
some
fork. There was a spoon.
updates for Ryan for his character sheet, since I can't change it for him. You are full up on hope. You got all 6 of them hopes. and you're down 1 armor slot.
And you were alone in another cave or in another tunnel with
With
knots.
All right.
Oh, and you can clear the 1 stress that you have marked because you did that on one of your rests.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Great. On that note, Lauren and Ryan, please roll your prayer dice for the session. Reminder.
Also, Ryan, remember to take off your hang on. It was there a second ago. Your nomadic pack. Make sure that it's cleared so you can use it this evening.
Okay, thank you.
But yes, so to recap, you had spent the night in this cave that was filled with a bunch of runic, ancient language carvings and scratches on the wall. In the morning, you, led by your intrepid leader, Kavoon, investigated the back of the cave and discovered that there was a illusion there that only allowed Triss and Kavoon to pass through. It was physical for everyone else for some reason. With the help of Kavoon and Triss, with skin-on-skin contact, you guys were able to pass through the illusion, and we're headed down this cave where it was filled with some basically like ancient cave like hieroglyphics and drawings. It was telling some kind of story of people coming into or out of this body of a creature that had crash landed. And then you guys came to a fork in the road. This tunnel split off into 2, one direction going slightly down and the other direction going slightly up. You decided to split the party. There were no indications through airflow or anything else that you sensed that there was any difference or one that would lead out. We followed the group that went to the left and headed down, which consisted of Triss, Astoy, and Grace. While you guys were passing through this tunnel, the tunnel eventually turned into worked stone. And we ended with you guys having left off at this grand entryway that was very reminiscent of like Greek architecture with pillars, and it had some more of the like runic ancient language written on it, as well as some figures or like frescoes of maybe culturally important people. While you were there, Triss remembered some half-forgotten runes that she had seen on the mother tree in her home, and was able to put together that maybe this area and these tunnels fit together with an ancient story, an ancient myth, legend that she had heard of before. And that is kind of where we left off, which means we're going to pick back up with our intrepid trio heading to the right, which is Knots, Kavoon, and Nyx.
As the camera, slides over and zooms in, we hear.
I mean, I just don't understand how it is that, people like Astoy, mushroom people can eat mushrooms and it's not considered socially bad. But I can't ask what the story tastes like without people getting all like up in arms. What is that all about? And just because I was curious if I were to braise a story in like butter and garlic, is that would be good for his skin? Or if it would be socially awkward.
It could be both. It could be both good for his skin and socially awkward.
I don't, it seems like double standard.
I'm sorry.
What were we doing down here?
I was following you. I don't
Oh,
really remember.
I was following Kavoon because he was able to walk through the wall, whereas I had to ride him through the wall. And so I don't want to run into any of those weird illusions again. Because I hurt my nose.
Above table, Nyx, there was some discussion about whether this might be a shortcut through the mountain to catch the people that you're following, and or a trail that they might have taken themselves.
Also, knots might have poisoned Triss? No, not Triss. Well, kind of Triss, but Triss was used to it. But Grace had OD'd on a little bit of coffee mushroom water that
I forgot about that.
yeah.
Very, very high level stimulants from some mushrooms that explains a lot about knots. That they are just, it's just how they drink their coffee. Grace was not ready for the influx of stimulants.
So if you can't understand me tonight, I apologize.
But yes, the three of you are heading on this tunnel to the right. It's currently like unworked, even though it feels very much more like a mining tunnel than like specifically worked stone. It's obviously been like carved out, but like there's nothing pretty or done up or smooth about it. You can tell while you're walking that there is like a slight incline, like not enough that it would be like hard to walk, but you can definitely tell that you're moving in an upward direction.
Is it like vastly different style wise, like the carving and such from the cave?
So there's no carvings on these walls at the moment. That first section before the split had the like cave drawings of like the ancient hieroglyphs telling the story, and then it split into two. And thus far, there are not any markings on this wall to the this tunnel to the right.
Perfect.
Is the tunnel staying relatively the same size, or is it like getting
Yes.
bigger or smaller? Okay.
Yes, it's about it's about 12 feet tall to about like 10 feet wide. So you guys could walk side by side if you wanted.
Okay, I'll walk side by side.
I mean, you don't have to. No, I was just saying. In
No, I
terms
mean, I
of
don't think I.
No, the
I
DM
don't-
is making us. I don't know if you
Oh.
noticed that.
Oh God. Well, I guess we're walking by twos then. Okay. Well, Cahoon, lead on, I suppose. Right?
Yeah, even though Kavoon is leading, I'm still like just kind of holding my hand out in front of me because after twice, I'm pretty sure it was twice that I ran face first into the wall. I just don't trust this cave anymore. So
fair enough. Kavoon does start just trekking down this hallway, and after like the first minute or so, you can no longer hear the other party. At the beginning, like you could still hear like their footsteps and stuff like echoing, but now that has completely faded out of your purview. As you guys move along, the tunnel starts to curve a little bit. It takes a minute, but you realize that it's like kind of curving, and it continues curving. It's a gentle curve, but with your sense of direction, knots, or at least with tracking, it looks like it's pointing in a direction now where it would meet back up with the other tunnel if it wasn't like moving up. Like if you guys were on the same level, it's like curling
Gotcha.
back towards that direction.
Do I feel like is it like spiraling, or is it just like curving and then we'll be over essentially that other area?
It's a wide curve right now, and then it begins to kind of straighten out a little bit. It doesn't feel like a spiral.
Is the temperature and stuff changing?
You can give me a instinct roll.
Do we get a sense of how much elevation we might have gained? Like, is it just, yeah.
You can give me a knowledge roll.
Yeah, I can.
That's a 16 with hope.
Okay, you can take that hope.
I'm shocked that I didn't just like throw fear your way first thing.
I mean, I already have all of the fear, so just means I can make bad things happen to you.
Great.
Right.
I got a 10 with fear.
Okay. Not the temperature is getting warmer.
So, just to clarify,
Not
'cause it
like
was-
not super obviously warmer. You think maybe
Right.
slightly warmer?
so the cave was magically kept warm.
Yep. Well, not cold. There's a difference. It was not
Fair.
kept warm. It was not cold. It was still. It was like you were sitting in something that was like 50 degrees when outside it's like 20 degrees.
Yeah, that's definitely a
So-
difference. Okay.
So 50 is not warm, but it's
Right.
not cold.
Okay.
I'm a little concerned about maybe leaving them behind. But how long do you want to keep going down this tunnel?
Until there's something of note or an end.
What if it goes forever?
It's a long walk. I would be surprised if it went forever. But I guess that would be notable.
That would be, but when would we note it?
Oh, that's the real question, right?
Oh.
On that note, Nyx, you're not sure how much elevation gain you have had at this moment. You just know that you guys have been moving in the upward direction.
So my thighs aren't burning yet. It's not like Stairmaster style. Yeah.
No, but as you mentioned, stairs. You guys could see just barely, like, on the edge, because it is dark in here, and you guys don't have dark vision. So, like, just kind of coming into fruition in your, like, gray view that you can see right now. There's some stairs. There's worked stone up ahead of you. The walls and everything still seem very like mine-like, but there are some worked stone stairs that start heading up.
Now, did Nyx just say something about stairs and then they were there?
it certainly felt that way to Knots.
Okay.
You notice Knots is like looking at the stairs and then looking at you, looking at the stairs. It's not even, it's quite obviously written on her face that there's suspicion going on.
Did you know those were there?
No. Did you know those were there?
No, but that was awfully convenient timing.
I suppose so.
Unless it wasn't your fault. And the cave isn't a cave. And it was listening to you and it's giving you what you asked for. I would like a hot chocolate and a plate full of tacos, please.
What kind of tacos?
Like goat meat would be great.
Sold out.
He'll chuckle and continue towards the stairs. You said they're going down or up?
They're going up.
How steep and how many stairs do I see?
Well, when you guys get to the base of the stairs, unless one of you lights a torch, you can only see about like 10 to 15 feet up the stairs, and you don't see an end to them at this point. And they are not super steep. They're slightly steeper than like the normal in our experience, the normal stairwell. They're like a tiny bit steeper than that.
I mean, that is a lot of 10 or 15 feet of fairly steep stairs is like the beginning. Like that's a lot of stairs. Where do you?
So just
where
to
do you think
clarify,
this
so
goes?
Knots does have a torch. I was under the impression we were in the dark anyway, and so last episode I had lit a torch after we passed
Okay.
this way.
Yeah. Well, with a torch, you can see that the stairs continue up about 20 feet. So about like 2 flights of stairs in about just in a one set of stairs section. They continue up about 20 feet, and there seems to be a hallway tunnel that continues.
Before he goes up, I put my hand on Kavoon to stop him. And he and I have got this down to this point, so he like waits for me to pass. And I'm gonna just look for 2 things. One, signs of those people passing, just in case they like for whatever reason they've been able to cover their tracks up until now, and then all of a sudden there's just like Nike prints on the stairs that say we went this way. And traps also.
Okay, so give me an instinct roll. Okay, so you can do. This is what we're gonna do. Is I know that your tracker thing allows you to use your agility, so you can have that additional bonus for the tracker portion of the roll.
Okay.
But the same roll is also covering the traps, which is going to be an instinct roll. So just roll once, but let me know what the 2 numbers are. And if you want to apply like your tracker experience, you can apply that to the first half.
So the tracking would be 15, and the instinct would be 14. With hang on, that's a 6 and not a 9. So we're gonna change that. That is 12 and 11, and that is still with hope though.
Great. Other than that, like there's no like signs of dust or like non-use. You can't find any specific signs that somebody has been here. Partially because there's like no dust or gravel, very similar to like in the cave. It seems that there's just no signs. As for traps, you start like looking at the stairs. There's stairs, man.
Yeah, I just realized something. We probably don't need to worry about those other people being this way because they are giants and they are ants. And so they couldn't have gone through without Twisted or Kaboom's help to get here, right?
That is probably right.
Also, I'm pretty sure it's okay. There should be any traps. Should be
Okay.
safe.
I'm gonna let you.
I'm like staring at him like should be safe and just kind of
I'll
waiting
go
for
up.
him to go.
I'll go up. I'm gonna. With this incline, we can't see down the tunnel. We see the ceiling of the
Yes, correct.
room ahead of us. But I'm gonna try and get a sense of if there's like air movement or sounds coming from up above.
Sure. Give me an instinct roll. Knots. Are you waiting for him to go all the way up the stairs, or are you just following right behind him, or how are you following him up the stairs?
I'll probably go when he's like halfway up. I'll be, oh, everything's fine, and then expect Kaboom to follow me.
I got 19 with fear.
Great. Yeah, you like try to like push out like all of your sensory organs, all your senses out to try and catch any changes or anything different. The air down here is very stagnant, just like it has been the entire time that you've been in this tunnel. There's not really any airflow of any kind at all. It's got this slightly musty scent to it, but not as much as you would be expecting given the lack of airflow and maybe how long these tunnels have been unoccupied. It's very slight hint of must for the complete lack of airflow in a damp tunnel area. As you are taking a listen, you do hear a sound. You're not quite sure what direction exactly. You believe it's coming like ahead of you somewhere, whether it's coming from the tunnel or somewhere else in this mountain, you're not sure. But you do hear a sound of like shifting rock, just like a
Okay. I will probably instinctively look to see if there's any cracks or dust or sediment that is like, an imminent cave-in, but I guess I don't know which direction it's from, and so forward is just as good as backwards or staying still.
Yeah, you like take an immediate glance around when you catch that sound, and there doesn't seem to be any sign, at least in the stairwell that you're now in, of any shifting rock or like bits and pieces falling from the ceiling. As you continue up the stairs, you make it to about like the 8th stair, and I'm gonna need an agility reaction roll.
Oh no.
I'm
sure it's going to be
use-
fine.
I'm going to use one of my dice.
Yeah?
And let's see. I got this is not with fear or hope, right?
Correct. Reaction rolls do not generate.
14.
Okay, the floor beneath you falls away, and you drop about 20 feet. And you will take 12 points of physical damage as you land in a pit of some kind. You feel and look to your right, and you notice that you actually just missed spikes on either side of you.
This. Where did that come from?
I think it was about the 9th stair.
Oh. Didn't you continue? I only looked at the first 3.
I'm gonna hold the torch and look down.
Yeah, you can see up above you. Knott's just peeking down with a torch. Now that the torch is lighting up, you can see that this is about a 7. Well, no, let's go 8 by 8 foot pit that's got some stone spikes piercing up. It seems like it was actually part of the reason why you didn't get pierced was your quick-ish reaction time, and it looks like it was a trap built for someone a little bigger than you.
Wow, that's like really pointy. Who would put that there? That seems like bad design.
I don't know how good your vision is, but I'm just blinking at you.
This is really poor. Like, people use stairs. Why would you put spikes under stairs?
You said you were looking for traps. Do you know what a trap is? Get me out of here!
Oh, yeah, sure. Let me get some rope. I was looking like, trip wires, because my my siblings used to put them, spinning across the stairs, then you trip up it, and it's a good laugh and everything. But, yeah, I've never seen spikes under stairs. That's just, rope, right, hang on.
I will.
Yes, you notice that there's about a 8-foot section of the stairs was a trap door that just split out. In the
Are
middle
there
of the stairs.
on the sides? Can you walk around it, or is it just okay?
Yeah, the stairs occupy full left to right of the tunnel. I mean, it is still about 10 feet wide, but the trap fell completely. So now there's just an 8-foot section missing of the stairs.
I think we're gonna have to tie the rope to Kaboon and have Kaboon kind of brace, and then I'll help pull Nyx up. Nyx, just to clarify, because you're a seraph, you don't have wings, do you?
Not this kind of... Not that
Okay.
kind of seraph.
Okay.
Yeah, no wings.
Yeah, I mean, you can send down rope. Nyx is pretty strong, so you can just assist him
Totally.
out of the tunnel. It won't even make you roll for it. It's just a rope climb. You're gonna be able to do it between all 3 of you and get you up out of the pit.
Before we pull him up, would it make more sense for Kaboon to jump over so you go up the other side?
That's what I was thinking.
Or are we going back the other direction? Because this is...
You did say that if we found something of note, I would say this is some kind of note-worthy thing.
It is. It is a note. I would call it footnote to the thing that this is trying to protect.
Oh, you think there's something like that it's protecting on the other side? You think it's shiny?
It could be.
Oh, hey, we're gonna pull you up the other side.
And then
Okay, so have
I'm probably gonna ride, and because
yeah,
there's no way.
have Kavoon give me like a jump check, which will just be your agility.
Okay.
I don't know that jump is one of the skills that they have. Is it?
Sorry, I'm
One of
heading
the
over to
skills you
my
do.
companion sheet. He doesn't have an experience to help out with this.
Okay, then yeah, it'll
Okay.
just be an agility roll.
I saw the one and I was like, oh, that sucks real bad, except for the other one. This is 2 weeks in a row that I got a crit with ones.
Okay, you can take.
Harley, I don't know how to feel about your dice.
You can take that. You can take that help and clear a stress. Yeah, Kavoon makes it over to the other side with you on his back easily.
And then
As
I will
all
climb
things
up.
should. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So yeah, you are about just over halfway up these stairs. The two of you are now like on the other side of the pit and about just over halfway up the stairs.
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna try and look for traps.
Yeah, sure. You can give me instinct or knowledge roll. Your choice.
Okay, I'm gonna roll instinct. Can I roll the experience driven by anguish since I just fell?
Absolutely. Also, you're partnered with knots, and we all know that is
Yeah.
anguishing.
When you said at the beginning he should clear his stress, I was like, should he though? Should he? What do you?
What are you looking for? We already found the trap.
20
Right, you found it.
With hope or fear.
with hope.
Great. Yeah, you're standing in this spot on the stairwell, and down at the bottom of the stairwell, you catch, like near the base of the stairs, about 6 feet up the wall. There seems to be, you just catch the glint of it in the firelight, an etching of some kind. And you glance up to the top of the stairs, and there's a similar etching at like the same height. And when you look at the stairs ahead of you, you catch another one of those etchings. Well, two of them, a pair of them, that block out another about 8-foot section of the stairs at the top of the stairs. It seems that you're in a little bit of a safe space right now, but there might be another trap of some kind up ahead. You're not sure exactly what it is. You get the idea that the ones at the top of the symbols at the top of the stairs, the bottom of the stairs, are some kind of switch. You're not sure how they are activated or how they work, but there's some kind of switch to allow or disallow safe passage up the stairs.
Well, this sucks because we're in the middle, but
Right.
there's switches on either side.
Where?
I'll point.
Why is the way up there?
I don't know. Probably so little kids can't turn on and off the trap switch. I don't know.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, light switch raves.
Is there
Do you
anything about? So go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, is there anything that we can see about this to deactivate it, or is it out of our reach?
The only signs that you've seen of any way that you might be able to deactivate the traps would be those switches at the bottom or top of the stairs, and you're not sure exactly what you have to do because it's just like a symbol carved into the wall, like very hard to notice like where it's positioned, but just like the right amount of glint of firelight, you were able to catch the indication of this this symbol. As far as the trap on the stairs go, it does seem that it covers another like 8-foot area, so you may be able to jump over it and bypass it, possibly.
We're essentially right in the middle.
Yep, between two traps. One that's been activated and one that's ahead of you.
What happens if the others follow us? And I feel like we should set this off so they can see it, and then we should put like something on them, make them be more seeable. What do you think?
Okay, why don't you set it off?
I mean, I didn't set the first one off, obviously.
Yep, we're sharing the load.
Oh, I see. Well,
I am going to pull out my nomadic pack.
Okay, what are you pulling out, bud?
I start pulling out like little trinkets and doodads and things, and I'm looking for something that I pull out a collapsible 10-foot pole, and it's not like the good kind of collapsible 10-foot pole. It's like, I don't know if you've ever seen those old rulers that like the kind that you like fold and then you unfold it. It's kind of like that, so it's not super sturdy. And I'm gonna start like poking the stairs to try and get it to. Hang on, I think I have to spend a hope to do that. To try and get it to set off.
Okay.
Yep. Got it.
You first start poking, and nothing happens.
are you sure there's a trap here? Like maybe that sigil up there is like, hey, welcome. Good job missing the other trap.
I am not sure, but I am not willing to fall 20 feet to test it.
Okay, well, can you hang on to Gavoon and make sure that it doesn't fall down the hole? Just in case.
I'll try and jump over the 8 feet. Like while he's kind of talking, I'll just.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Give me an agility roll.
Hey, that's not bad. 19 with
Nice.
fear.
No.
Yeah, there's not much room to do like a run up. So you move and you press off, and you're like, oh shit, I'm not gonna make it. But then you land on the other side, and you're a little off balance, and you take like half a step backwards. And I need a strength reaction.
20. No, 22.
Yeah, you feel your heel kind of start to sink as knots. You can see the stone starts like creeping up the back of his foot before
Wait.
he manages to rip it out of the way. It's not a trapdoor.
So it's going up instead of down.
Well, the stone seemed like it was trying to crawl up his leg before he ripped it out of the way, and then the stone just melded back into the stair.
Interesting.
You look behind you, Knots and Nyx, because you did a slight step back and felt that stick. And the pit just reset itself.
Brah.
What does the symbol look like now that I'm able to get closer to it? Like the switch?
Yeah, if you move up, how tall are you, Nyx?
Let me go to that part of the page.
How many knots are you tall?
I am.
Like Triss is like 12 knots is tall.
I don't know.
Knots is not a foot tall.
I would say I'm 5'11".
Okay, so yeah, like just above your eye line, it sits at about like the 6 foot mark, so it's like just above your eye line, and it's not very big. It's about the size of like the palm of your hand, and it looks similar in design to the carvings and etchings that you've seen in the cave and on the mountain pass. You're not sure what it says, but you look at it, and it's very, very well hidden. It's kind of like in the notch of this unworked tunnel, in the fact that it'd be easy for somebody to like press it as they're like moving to head down the tunnel if they were, say, an 8 foot tall person.
Okay, well, I'll press it.
Yeah, you press it and nothing happens. And you're not sure that you didn't hear a click. There was no like flash of light. You're pretty sure that just pressing it didn't deactivate the trap.
It's good to go. Just kidding. Nothing happened.
Like a tentative step
No.
forward.
I don't know.
You can give me another instinct or knowledge roll if you want to try and figure out some more about this.
Okay, I will roll an instinct roll.
Well, he's doing... sorry, go ahead.
23 with fear.
Yeah, you get the idea that it might require some sort of magic, as if you might need to try and push some magic into it to cause it to deactivate the traps, because what you have observed of the traps is they are magic based versus mechanical based traps, which indicates that you might need to press some magic in to deactivate them.
Okay.
So you could give me a spellcast roll while you press it to try and deactivate it.
I will do that. That's just strength, right? For me.
Yes, for you.
Oh man. That is a 16 with fear.
Yeah, you start pushing some magic into it, and you can feel a small like suck, like something is pulling the magic from your hand, and you're pretty sure it worked. That you like it took what it needed.
I'm pretty sure it worked.
Like how sure?
Probably about as sure as you were that there were no traps.
There were definitely no traps in the first 3 steps. I don't know
Then you
what
should
you're
be good.
talking about.
Then you should be good.
I look nervously back the way we came, and I start rooting around in my pack, and I pull out the only thing that I can find that will hopefully do what I want it to. Pull out some of the snap powder.
Yeah, remind me what snap powder does, because I don't remember all of this. new stuff.
It's less about what it does as to how I'm going to use it, but you mark a stress and clear hit point.
Okay.
I want to, instead of that, use it as like a marker and try and like toss it out over the pit trap so that if anyone follows us, they'll see it and be all like, oh, Knots did something here. Obviously, this is probably dangerous.
Sure, you can absolutely throw some of your snap powder away and throw it all over the stairs if you wish.
Excellent. Now I just got to figure out how to remove this snap powder. But after doing that, I'll look at Kaboon.
Okay, buddy, I'm gonna go first. If something happens to me, just jump over and you get yourself to safety.
And I'm going to close my eyes and take the next step forward.
Well, the next step isn't into the trap yet. You had a little bit of space, so nothing happens.
Oh. I think it's okay.
And then I'm just going to start walking up the stairs.
Yeah, you get like 2 more steps and I need a strength reaction roll.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, that time that is a 9 on that one. And a 6 on that one, so 15.
You feel your feet begin to sink just a smidge, and you feel the stone creeping up your legs. It gets like up your calves, and it's almost to your knees within like half a second. And you're held in place.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
I don't like that either. I'm sorry. I'm going to.
Come on, Kaboon.
Toss him a rope. I'm going to pull a rope from my pack. And
Yeah.
toss him a rope. Or her a
Yeah,
rope.
easy enough. She's not very far away, so it's easy enough to get her like a rope. And so now she's holding a rope with her calves locked in stone.
I'll tie it around, like under my armpits to give more not leverage, but like more base to pull, essentially.
If you rip my feet off, I'm gonna be real upset.
I don't know that I can rip you out of stone.
Well, we gotta
I
do
just didn't
something,
want you-
right? Because you obviously didn't turn off the trap like you said you did.
I tried. I thought I did. Maybe I turned it back on. I can't read this. Can you read this?
No.
I'm not literate. I don't know what to do. I'm going to walk away. No, I'm going to.
Solid.
Throw the
Solid
rope
choice.
down and tie it off. You just leave.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
You're a great warning for anyone else coming. Forget the power. Oh man. Can you tell me how thick the stone is around you?
How thick is the stone around me?
It's not super thick. In fact, when you like lean down to like look at it at your calf, it is really thin. And you start messing with it and you realize you can't feel your legs where the stone is anymore, as if your legs have turned to stone.
Well, since obviously that can't happen, I'm going to take to take an arrow from my bow and just kind of like try and like chisel away to see if it like flakes off.
Sure. Give me a strength check.
Could this be another illusion?
What did you get, Jeremy?
13 with hope.
Take that hope. You are just kind of scratching at nothing. It's your arrow isn't even like making a scratch or a mark in the stone.
Okay.
It's entirely possible, given your experience and the fact that the illusions were solid to most of you, that this could be another illusion.
Yeah, I say that aloud more.
I don't know. It feels pretty real.
I mean, a hallucination, right? It could feel and look real, but not be real. You could be cutting the fuck out of your legs.
I rub my nose as I agree.
You want me to try and pull?
Yeah, just pull me.
I'll try and pull.
Yeah. Give me a strength check.
Ah, man, at least this one's with hope. 9 plus 3 is 12. 12.
Yeah, you're given a tug, and like most of Knots is leaning forward, but not budging, and you're just tugging at Knots, and that rope is just burning into you, Knots. So you're gonna take a hit point of damage from the rope just tugging.
This is not working.
Yeah, I don't want to rip you in half.
What if? Okay, just hear me out. Okay, so the other one needed Triss or Pavoon to go through the wall. Maybe Pavoon can turn it off.
Yeah, maybe.
I just kind of like, I can't turn around, so I just like turn as much as I can and look over my shoulder.
Well, I mean, you can turn your upper body. It's just your lower body.
Right, but like I can't
below
like
your knees.
I can't like turn to face him.
Okay,
well, on that note, we're gonna actually swoop over to the other group.
Nice.
As Knots is stuck, and we're all looking to Kavoon to save him. We're gonna return to the other group.
Like Triss had a moment of like, something just happened.
Well, Triss has just had quite the revelation about what this space might be. But the three of you, Triss, Grace, and Astoy, are standing about 10 feet away from this nice, grand entry.
Do we want to get the others back together before we go investigate this, or?
That might be smart. We don't want everyone getting lost.
Yeah. Plus, if we
Regroup,
leave
decide
Nyx
where we want
with
to go.
Knots too long, he might kill her.
There is that concern. Though I don't think. Part of me feels that Knots is unkillable. But like not in the just. I don't think Death would even want her.
Hey, don't tell her that.
That's so sad. Why would you say that?
I don't mean that we don't want her. I'm just saying that I would not be surprised if she annoyed Death itself so badly that it gave her back. and we've left her with a mortal. So.
I
Interesting.
personally think she's fine.
Oh, I'm sure she's fine. Let's go regroup.
Well, let's leave something here in case, I don't know, they somehow get here without us. Something that'll keep them here.
Probably something shiny.
Or, I've got an idea. Astoya will hold out his hands, and like groups of mushrooms will grow out of him. He'll just pick them and like put them in a pile.
Okay. Just like in the middle of the hallway?
Yeah, because that'll get Knott's attention.
Absolutely. Yeah, easy enough. You can grow some mushrooms and put them in a pile, and you guys can turn back.
Yeah, I was thinking about putting like a rope trap around it, like a whole Bugs Bunny thing, but we'll do that later.
But yeah, it's easy enough for you to lay the mushrooms out, and then the group of you can head back to the fort if you wish.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you guys get back to the fork. You walk back through as the worked stone turns into unworked stone, and come back to the split. And you have the tunnel that leads to the cave. It has the pictures, and you have the tunnel that Knots, Nyx, and Kavoon went down.
Start sneaking down that way, I guess.
Yeah.
Sneak in, you guys, all three of you trying to be stealthy.
I mean, as stealthy as a 12-foot tall person can be, but yes.
Yeah. As we're heading that way, I'm trying to think of some kind of downer that we can give Grace to help balance her.
What are you talking about? I'm perfectly fine.
What kind of mushrooms can you grow out of that hand of yours?
Whatever I need.
Don't give Grace shrooms and caffeine. That's not a good.
Yeah, that would go so well.
Your understanding of the mushrooms that Knots use is that it gives like a hyper caffeinated state for about an hour, and then it starts to fade off before
Okay.
like at the 4-hour mark it's like a drop dead tired.
Okay.
So she's getting close to the point where she'll leave this hyper state.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, you guys can start moving quietly down this tunnel. The tunnel moves in a slight incline up, and after a bit starts doing a wide curve.
Keep an eye out for any sign of Knots or Nyx.
Yeah.
Is sound dampened by any of this?
Well, they're certainly going to hear you before they see you. They don't hear you yet. But yes, they will hear you before they see you. If you guys continue moving along this like this wide curve, eventually, while you're still in the curve, you do start hearing like muffled like like sounds in the distance.
Okay. Picture kind of like Concha goes, maybe we should pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah.
When it becomes like audible that they can understand, let me know.
Yeah, so it continues to do like a wide curve, and then it starts to straighten out. And at this point, when it like fully starts to straighten out, you could hear the very high pitched tones of our lovely friend.
Lie down. Lie down. You weak leg, harder.
Do you understand what Knots is saying?
What the fuck is happening over there?
I don't know. Not? Next?
You guys can see firelight at a set of stairs. You can't see knots yet, but you can see firelight coming down like the bottom 10 feet of some stairs heading upward. Nyx, you can see like the slightest hint of light coming from the tunnel that you guys just came from.
Melissa's just like sobbing while having been like yelling at you to pull harder. And she just has like, you had a problem with this boy. Oh yeah, her armpits.
Aaron, next
I
question.
don't know that Nyx would keep pulling if you're bleeding.
She's been doing her best to try and like either antagonize you or hide it.
Well, you can't see the blood because the blood is coming from where the back, because that's where the pressure is from the rope. So that's where the 1 hit point of damage came.
Okay.
But yes, so you hear Nyx shushing a sobbing, a sobbing Knots, and eventually you guys come to the base of a set of stairs, and you see Knots about 3/4 of the way up. Her like lower legs look like they're made of stone, and you see Nyx at the top of the stairs, like holding a rope that is tied around Knots, and Kavoon is like just behind Knots, and looks like they're about to try and jump up the stairs.
Oh no. Okay.
This is
It's-
not what it looks like.
Let's take a moon. Believe
Not
me,
true.
it's not worth it. You have to survive.
I mean, this is, not as shocking as I was expecting.
Wait,
Oh.
what's this look like?
Who is that? My vision is getting darker.
Knots, you're okay.
Oh, sorry, my torch is going out. Hang on.
Do you need some help getting her out of there?
Yeah, but don't go up the stairs. Don't go up the stairs.
Okay.
See
Give me a
that?
moment.
I'll point to the symbol on the wall.
Yeah. Give me an instinct roll, Triss.
Okay.
As Nyx is at the top of the stairs pointing at something at the bottom of the stairs.
Cool.
Can I spend a hope to create a midnight spirit while they're doing this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. That is a 15 with hope.
Yeah. You notice on the wall that there seems to be like an etching about at the 6-foot height. It's a little hard for you to see because it's not at your eye line.
She, like squats down.
It's like at your like hip.
Yeah.
But there's an etching. Looks out of the same like kind of language or style of the etchings and carvings that you've seen around on the wall.
Is it etching like pictures? To know there's been like some pictures and some like runes.
No, it's more like a rune. It's a circle that's got some etchings and carvings inside of it, and it's about the size of the average human palm.
Does it look like a button or something, or is it just?
It looks
'Cause
like
Nick's-
it could like activate something maybe, but it's just there's nothing else around it. Like it's all unworked stone, and then this thing is kind of tucked away, not in an easily viewed position on like a piece of kind of rough rock that is on the wall.
Did
So,
you all touch this and something happened?
So about 8 feet or 8 steps up, or the 9th step, there's a trap door. There's runes. I would think I can't see them from this side, but there, I believe, may be runes or sigils or something like what is on the wall to indicate it. And it's about 8 feet wide, and it's full of spikes and a long drop. Then there's a section where Gooboon is, and that seems safe. And then there's another 8-foot section, and I'm on the other side, and it's not a pit. It's Blurby leg stone maker section.
What?
During news, that's you.
Well, I mean, she hasn't turned into any more of a statue than she did in about the first half second, but
Correct.
it was a abrupt half statue
True,
effect.
but now it's a very slow process.
Grace, can you do anything about that? That feels magical and up your terrain.
You turn around to talk to me, and there are 2 of me now.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
There's 2 of them right there. They're both staring at you.
Can either of you do anything about this?
The more opaque one of us, or not opaque, the more see-through one. I've been up working. Sorry. The more see-through one starts to float up towards you.
Cool.
Wait, where are you sending your midnight spirit?
Towards Triss.
Okay. Sorry, I was just trying to figure out. You said up towards you, and I didn't know which you were talking about.
You, Carly.
Well-
It's floating towards you.
Right?
There are
Breaking the
2
fourth
graces.
wall.
Oh, that reminds me of a video. Anyways,
They're coming with a clown car.
but yeah. So now you have a spectral Grace right next to you.
Okay. So, just to recap for my own sake, are both knots is in a pit that had spikes, and she's now
No.
in a spot. No.
Knots. As far as Triss is concerned, Knots is about 3/4 of the way up, and below her knees, it has
Okay.
been locked in stone, turned into stone. She's just like stuck in like a running position with stone below her knees, while Nyx is at the top of the stairs holding a rope, and you get the impression that
Gotcha.
he was trying to pull Knots out of.
The reason I had knots still in the pit. Anyway. Okay.
The pit is
Nyx
not
was in the
visible.
pit.
It just looks like stairs, and there's some powder on those stairs.
Gotcha. I think looking at the spectral floating Grace, like, can you do anything to help Knots with the stone leg issue?
I can cast counterspell through my spectral, right?
No, you don't cast spells through your spirit. Your spirit can carry things or move things for you. You can also spend. You can also use a spellcast roll to make an attack with it, but not like a specific spell, like just its attack with it.
Okay. The Spectral Grace is gonna go up to where Knots is and attempt to carry Knots.
Oh,
Yeah, you
Grace.
see.
Hi.
You see. Hey, let me explain first. Thanks. You can't see it yet. The rest of you, not Nods, see a like slightly translucent Grace begin to step up the stairs. Nothing activates. When she steps up past Kavoon and steps up next to Knots, and now it's she's just standing next to Knots. If you direct your spirit to try and move Knots is firmly like in place, like by their foot. So like their upper body and stuff moves when it gets tugged, but their below the knees are locked.
Please do saw. We're gonna have to cut him off.
Nuts, can you feel your toes?
No, I can't feel anything from about my belly button down.
There's only stone from below the knees.
I'm trying to figure out if maybe she's just like encased or if her lower legs are actually stone.
You can give me instinct or knowledge roll if you wish.
Knowledge is -1 for me. Ooh, crit! Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, you can take a hope. It clears stress. You look at
hope that didn't have no stress.
you look at Knots, and it looks like just below the knees she's been turned to stone. From where you are, there's no like visible indication that like the stone that has like creeped up or encased her. There's no like extra bit like wide from where her
Gotcha.
legs are.
I guess the trap's been pointed out to us, so I'll very carefully go up the stairs, stepping over the trap that was indicated, to try to get a closer look to help not. So
It's an 8-foot trap, so even for you, it's a pretty big step.
oh, jump it.
While she's doing that,
There's not room for you to jump it right now because Kavoon is right behind Knots, and the Midnight Spirit is also like next to Knots. So you could get up there, but the likelihood, well, with trying to make even this slight jump, that you would run into Kavoon or Knots is pretty high because of just how big you are and the size of the space. Because this tunnel is about like exactly your size. Like the tunnel is 12 feet tall, so you are like it's a U-sized tunnel.
Oh, okay. I'm probably ducking then,
because of your antlers. Which means that if you also tried to jump, you might crack your head.
Fair enough. Okay.
But you were pointed out this sigil, this runic circle.
hey, Grace, can you help me take a look at this?
Yeah, sure. What do you need?
I'll walk over the sigil and see if I can understand the magic in it.
You're not quite. I mean, it's at like the 6 foot tall mark, so you might need, if you want like a really good look at it, you might need it lift up by somebody. Okay. But if you start looking it over, you can give me a knowledge check.
Well, I'll assist Grace.
Okay. I'll look at it.
Are you spending a hope to help?
Yeah, I'm spending a hope.
Okay, so you can add a d6. Grace.
Ooh. That is. Hold on. 26 with fear.
Yeah, looking at the sigil and what you've heard from Nick so far indicates that this is probably a switch for the traps. And given the fact that the traps are magical in nature, given what you can see of knots, it probably requires magic to activate it. You know from being down here, there is some kind of connection with Triss's people to this place, so maybe she'll have a better chance at it. Maybe her magic will work better, but all you know is that it is a magic switch that likely activates and deactivates these traps. Whether if you deactivate it, it will deactivate what is currently happening to knots, you're not sure.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna pass that information along to everyone. And then be like, Triss, maybe come help.
All right. What does it look like we have to do?
I think it has to do with your magic.
Yeah, I tried channeling my magic into the one up here, and I thought that it worked, but it didn't. Or maybe it turned it back on, but then she got in, and I didn't want to, like, kill her more than she already is, so I didn't want to touch anything.
Well, I guess let's see what I can do.
You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 3 hope, and I'm going to use divination, and I'm going to ask if Trist activating the switch at the bottom will help knots get out and disable the other traps.
Sure. Okay. So when you your eyes like roll back and you look into the near future and you see Triss pressing the sigil, and then you see in front of you it splits into 2, and now you have one side Triss pressing the sigil, and on the other side Triss is also pressing the sigil. On one side you see nothing happen. Nos is still stuck, and you guys are all trying to pull her out. On the other side, you see Grace come up and like put a hand on Triss as she goes to activate it, and you see like a flash of magic at Grace's hand as if she's helping funnel and direct the magic as Triss presses the button, and then there's a flash of light from all the sigils, even ones you haven't seen. So there's a flash from the bottom, a flash from the top, the 2 sigils for the top trap, and you see 4 sigils for the bottom trap that all flash this like slight golden color. And then you see the stone retreat from Knott's leg, and the rest of the group walking up the stairs unharmed.
I'll say, wait.
Am I touching this or not?
Go ahead. No, wait.
Make up your mind.
Grace, you need to help.
Okay, cool. Where do you want me? We can't hear you.
I want you to read my lips. I want you to help Triss direct her magic.
I can do that.
Okay. Go. 1, 2, 3, go.
I'm gonna watch Grace do this just to see if I can understand what she's doing with directing magic.
Yeah, absolutely. So, if you have the hope to spend Grace, you can spend a hope to assist with this. And you will make, Triss, you will make a spellcast roll at advantage, but roll 2d6s and take the highest.
Okay. Also need to get some d6s out.
And if you have any experiences or prayer dice or anything,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
want to
think
add,
I'll
let me know.
spend a hope to... Hold on, it's not letting me mark things on my character sheet, probably because I'm not signed in. 1 second.
Can multiple people help? Could I help? By using a hope too?
Yeah, you could spend a hope and then you would roll 3d6s and
Okay.
choose the highest.
I'm gonna spend a hope to add Heart Guardian because that feels like it'll fit.
Sure.
And I'll spend a hope for unlikely profit.
Oh. What does that do?
You can add another d6. So
sick.
roll 3d6s and choose the highest, and then you can add your Heart Guardian bonus and your
I'm
strength.
gonna roll one of my tiny dice. Yeah, okay, that's definitely nice. A 1, a 2, and a 6 on those d6s.
Nice.
Okay, that is 19, 28 with hope.
Yeah, you take that hope, and like you saw in your vision, next there's a flash of light from all the sigils and all the runes and the stone.
Oh, sorry. Actually, it's 31 because I didn't add my spellcaster modifier. Like that
And
matters.
the stone retreats or turns back into Knott's legs. Knott's is in a half running position, so they almost immediately fall on their face.
As just as it's happening, you all hear,
Grace, I don't know why you're a ghost, but I want you to take Kavood. Don't let... No, not Nyx have him, because I think Nyx tried to kill me. I'm pretty sure.
and then I start falling forward.
Except Spectral Grace was still holding on to you.
You fall into Spectral Grace's arms.
Ah, that's so much better.
And that feels like a perfect place to leave off for a break.
Nice.
Oh my god.
So we'll be back in like 5 to 10 minutes to see what else this tunnel has to offer.
Just a tunnel.
Yeah.
Just a cave.
Totally just a
Secret
tunnel.
tunnel.
I have a feeling this was like Knott's greatest fear, not being able to move.
Right.
I mean, agility is your number one stat.
There was definitely a sense of resignation in her voice. All right, we'll be back in a few. Hang out and join us when we get back.
Yahoo.
Oh, welcome back to our
Yes,
group that is stuck in a stairwell.
At least it's not a door.
I was about to say classic D&D, but this is Daggerheart, so classic Daggerheart. Stuck in a stairwell.
Role-playing game.
Yeah, you've managed to deactivate the stairwell, and Knots has been freed and is currently in the arms of a ghostly Grace.
In the arms of the angel.
Oh,
Knots just closes her eyes and lets the ghost you carry her across.
You think it's disarmed now?
Maybe?
I mean, Knots is free, so.
That's a
Good point.
pretty intense light. Yes, I think so.
I'll walk up there.
Yeah, no problems.
Cool. Tristle also.
How injured is Knots looking?
Not very.
Less injured than Nyx. But
Okay.
Nyx can take care of himself.
I don't know what you're
Nick's
talking
looking
about.
really injured?
Not very injured, but
Okay.
falling down 20 feet of pit injured.
Ow.
You weren't talking about Pit's injured.
Now, hold up my arms.
Got very heavy rope burn.
Oh no.
These pits are injured.
You asked me to pull you and continue to ask me to pull you.
First of all, you were correct because I thought maybe
What?
you could save me, but I was wrong.
Is anybody, like, actually missing hit points?
Mm-hmm. Both of them are.
Okay.
I'll walk up. I haven't gotten to do this yet. And just like put a hand on Nyx's shoulder, and I'll cast Healing Hands.
Ooh.
thanks.
As soon as my
That's
spectral...
17. So that works. So yeah, you can. Okay, I mark a stress.
Was it
And
with hope or
you-
fear?
Oh, with fear. But that's a success of 17. So you can heal 2 hit points.
Thank you.
As soon as Spectral Grace brings Knots back, Real Grace is going to pull out a lute and start playing a song. And it's a relaxing song, so anyone who has hit points can heal 1 hit point.
Ooh, nice. I don't have any, so.
Oh,
Me neither.
That's nice. See how this kind of goes off.
Well, now the group of you are at the top of this staircase, and you are in another unworked tunnel that is about the size of Triss. Well,
What'd you guys find?
We found some sort of grand entryway. I'm curious what's down this path further. We didn't really encounter any traps, and you've encountered some in quick succession.
Yeah, that was my thought too.
Yeah, I mean, why trap something unless you're guarding something?
Exactly.
Unless that's what they're trying to make us think. And actually,
That's a
we want
lot
to
of
put a place
effort.
without traps. No, I agree.
You do have torches lit where you're here, and as you look down this tunnel, it is unworked for the most part. You can only see about 30 feet clearly, and then another like 10 to 15 feet after that, before it fades back into darkness. But you notice about 20 feet down the hallway, on the right side, there seems to be a slab of like worked stone that is about 5 foot by 8 foot that's like set into the unworked tunnel.
Well, I should probably keep an eye out for those other runes as we move, in case there's other ones like that one.
A good idea.
If you guys are all keeping an eye out, you get to pick one person that's going to lead a group check. And then the rest of you will roll, and that can assist or detract from their group check.
It's an instinct, or
It'll be an instinct.
I have +2.
Well, you're also able to feel magic, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that'll help us.
True.
I can only feel magic within about 30 feet, though.
I mean, hopefully that'll, if it's a magic trap, hopefully that's long enough.
Okay.
And if it's not long enough, then a trap from more than 30 feet away will probably give us more time to react.
You would also know, Grace, that you didn't feel the trap except for when that magic activated. Normally you can feel objects, like enchanted objects or magical people or magical creatures, but something that a magic trap that's just placed there isn't necessarily something that you can automatically sense.
Gotcha. Okay. Has the caffeine wore off, by the way?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
starting to.
Okay. Cool. I guess I can. I'll
So
go.
in that case, if Grace is going to lead, I need everybody else to make an instinct roll and tell me what you get. No hope or fear, just tell me what the number is. And then I will let Grace know what she can add or subtract to her roll.
So before we continue on, after Grace stops playing her lute, Knots' head snaps back up and she blinks. Obviously passed out for a few minutes, power napped, gets back up, moves her arms, and then heads over and just hugs Grace's legs.
Thank you. That feels a lot better now.
And then he turns and looks at Nyx and stalks
Sorry.
towards him, looks up the length of him, and then hugs his legs.
I know you're weak, but you sure tried.
Grace will just pat your head and be like, because she's starting to feel it.
Hey, there's a door down there. Did you all see that?
Anyways, Tris, what did you roll?
I crit double 10s.
Nice. Knots, what did you roll?
Knots did not roll because
Okay, fair
other
enough.
things were going on. Had no idea.
Lestoy.
13.
Okay, and next.
13.
Yeah, you will, it'll be a straight roll.
I critted!
Hey!
Nice!
You can take a
Yes.
help and clear a stress. Yeah, you the only other symbol that you can notice right now, because you guys haven't started moving down, is you think that there might be a similar symbol placed near that worked slab door thing. But I will keep that in mind as you guys move further.
Okay.
Why don't you hang back a little, Knots? Looks like you've taken a beating so far. I could take the lead if you want.
Oh, okay. I mean, I feel better. Grace music really put me at ease, but, I'll make sure no one's sneaking up on us.
And I'll turn around and watch from behind.
Okay. So where are you guys going? What are you doing?
We're gonna go check
Yeah.
out that slab.
Yeah. You guys move up to the slab. And by the time you get to the slab, you notice that about another 20 feet down from that one, there's another one. Another one of these worked stone, 8 foot by 5 foot, like opening, like inset into the unworked tunnel.
Wait, so does it look like a door, or is it like an alcove or something?
Well, it's about like 6 inches inset to like where the stone tunnel is. It's like inset about 6 inches, and it's just like a slab of like worked stone. So it could be a door, but it's not like there's a handle or anything on it. It's just like it's inset by about 6 inches, and it's solid worked stone.
Is the one
almost okay.
I was just gonna ask, is the one that's 20 feet away like on the same side of the wall, or is it on the opposite? Okay.
It's on the same side of the wall. You haven't seen anything on the left side yet.
Almost feels like a tomb, like they entombed people your size. Well, not quite as big, but you know what I mean.
Does it have a handle? Sorry, it's hard for you to see back here.
There's no handle.
You said it's worked stone. Is it just smooth, or is there like details and like carvings on it?
No, it's just like smooth stone. And it's not even like it's like bricks of stone, it's just like a solid piece of stone.
Okay.
Does it look like
Watch out,
concrete?
Kind of like touch it and sort of like run our hand over it.
Yeah, you run your hand over it, and I mean, it feels like stone, like it's got that hint of roughness, but there's no like seams in it, like bricks were placed together. Like it's just a solid piece of stone. Nix, you had a question?
Yeah, does it look like, is it like smooth like concrete, or is it smooth like does it look like it's like something that was set and formed, or does it look like it was something that was carved and polished?
Like polished marble.
You can give me a instinct or knowledge roll for that.
I got 2 2s. Hooray!
Baby. This looks like it was not like carved out of the wall, as if it was like placed here, like it was a separate piece that was made and set in here. It's not like fully smoothed and polished like marble is. It's still got like a rough concrete texture, but it definitely was not like carved this way.
Can you push it? Can you push it real good?
Tristle, try and push it.
You try to push it and nothing happens. You do notice there is another symbol at about like a 6 foot height in the recessed part. So not on the stone, but on like the little like 6-inch recess. It's at like a 6 foot height, and there's another symbol there.
Gotcha. I think she'll see that and turn to Nyx and goes, "You don't by chance have any insight on how these symbols work, do you?"
Not at all. Does it look... Do the symbols inside the circle seem similar?
Yes. You see, it looks similar in that it is likely activates or deactivates something. There are differences in the symbol, but there's enough similarity that it looks more like the symbols that were at the top and bottom of the stairs than the ones that were on the stairs.
Okay. I'll say these look more like switches than like either like the trap symbol to me.
Do we want to try what we did again earlier?
Might as well. Grace?
On it. Let's go.
Alright.
Sure. So Grace is helping you. So you can give me a spellcast roll, which just for you is strength, with 2d6 of advantage. Choose the higher.
Cool. I'm gonna do Spin a Hope to use Heart Guardian again, because why not?
Sure thing.
Alright. That's 25 with hope.
Great,
Nice.
you can take that hope. Yeah, you press into it, and there's once again like a little flash of magic, where Grace is putting her hand like on your elbow, and then there's a small, like flash of gold magic on the symbol that you pressed your hand into, and then the stone shifts
Oop.
to the side.
Hey, look, you're right. Door.
Do you keep your hand on the symbol as it starts to shift?
I mean, I would maybe like keep it on until, assuming that that's the activation, is that connection to my magic. Keep it on until it's like opened enough for us to be able to pass through it.
Great. I mean, it is small for you. It would be a squeeze for you. It's 8 foot by 5 foot stone. So for you to fit through without having to make some really good agility check, you would probably want it all the way open.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So if you hold it there, it slides all the way open, and you can see into a chamber of some kind. There's some light from the torches being held behind you, spilling into this space. You can see like finely worked stone. There doesn't seem to be any dust or rubble anywhere. And you can see kind of off to the right a stone, like finely marble stone worked like bed. There's no mattress or anything on it, but it's just like the platform for a bed.
I have a reference that I want to make, but it feels like a deep cut and it's not relevant.
Are there any smells that like come out, or that either us or Kavoon catches that are worrisome?
No, in fact, it's got that still kind of still, stagnant, lightly musty
New marble bed smell. Gotcha.
smell. Yeah, there's not really any like organic material left. Like, it's a pretty pristine bedroom, but the only pieces or things that are in here are made of stone. So there's no like mattress or bed covers or cushions. It's all just like worked stone pieces.
So either they took everything when they left, or everything is rotted away in the time.
Been long enough, that's definitely a possibility.
Well, let's go check around in there and see if there's anything of note.
Tries to like shimmy her way in. Unless it looks like it would be uncomfortable for her to be in that room, then she might just kind of stay crouched in the doorway and not let everybody else go through.
Yeah. Are you still holding the symbol?
I think once it was opened up wide enough for like that the door was like open, she would probably let go.
So about you guys look in and you catch that of the room, but about 10 seconds after you let go of the symbol, the door slides back.
Oh.
Make another spellcast roll.
No.
That was weird.
Oh god.
If somebody isn't helping you, you only have a d6 of advantage.
I'll help.
Okay, so you have 2d6, and you can choose the highest.
I'll keep watching how Grace is doing this to see if I can understand.
Sure.
27.
Nice.
Yeah, you press it, and it slides. The slight flash of magic again, and it slides open.
Okay. She will now keep her hand there, like, you all go explore so we don't get trapped.
Yeah, I'm going to check some before we go in there. I'm going to look to see if there's another rune over the inside of this door. On the inside.
Yeah, sure. Give me an instinct roll.
Okay.
Good thinking there, Jason.
23, 25 with fear.
Yeah, you look at like the 6 foot height, and there isn't anything on the same like side that Triss is on, but then you notice that like if you to the right, there is a like stone mantelpiece for a fireplace, and there's a symbol like on the top of the mantle.
So they go to the fireplace to open the door and then have to run out before it closes.
No, the
It's
door
like
is
you're closing
just
your garage and you have to run and jump over this.
the fireplace is like here, and then the door is like just to. It's just like if you turn
Gotcha.
to the right, the fireplace is like right there. So
Okay.
it's
This
not.
option is funnier.
Or it's a jail cell that has a fire.
That's where my brain went, I'll be honest.
I mean, it feels very easy to just open these things as long as you have like the correct magic to do so.
Well,
Right, but if on the inside that switch doesn't open the door, but instead just turns on the fire, then it
Right?
wouldn't do very
Yeah.
But I mean, do we see it? Do we see anything else? Like, do we see reason to investigate this otherwise, like painfully barren room? Like it's like solid stone. Like, is there any stone left unturned?
Well, there's like stone like frescoes on like the wall, like artwork, and you notice that like if you guys move into the room with a torch, then you can see further into the room, and you notice that there is a doorway on the other side of the room that doesn't have a door in it. It's just an open, but it looks like it should have a door in it that opens into a hallway.
I am impressed they used these natural materials and used what they had.
It is quite impressive.
They're skilled, whoever they were. I mean, I'm going to check out the room. Maybe they got like a chest of drawers that might have something in it or something like that.
Sure, you can give me an instinct roll for that room.
All right.
Trish will just still hang out and like keep the door open.
Lustig, you said your ancestors built this place?
Possibly. That's the myth that my people had, is that our predecessors came out from the earth.
Do your people have any weird rooms like this in your culture?
We don't live underground, nor do we have magical doors.
Hey, Phoebe.
We have normal doors. There's a lot of effort for a door.
Seems designed to keep you in. I don't like that.
Unless magic was just that common for these people.
13 with hope.
Yeah, you look over the room and there is like a very finely stoneworked like desk, and there is a set of dressers, and you notice that their skill, whoever these people were with this material, with this stone, is unmatched. The kind of intricacy that you would see in like wooden materials, which are more common for the broken spine, is the kind of intricacy that you're seeing in the worked stones. So it's like a very nice, with intricate carvings, like old-fashioned desk with two like heavy drawers, and you notice like even the drawers are carved out of stone. And same thing when you head over to like the dresser. It would be something that you would more familiarly see in wood, but you're seeing it in this stone.
Okay.
You go into the desk. There's nothing there. You move to the dressers of the drawers, and you don't find anything in there either. The platform bed looks like it was just like it's molded from the same piece of stone as the floor. There's no like under the bed like we have in classic sense. It's almost as if the stone is the stone of the bed is melded into the floor itself. That's about all you get.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, it's impressive. It seems definitely like they created this with magic. It's not like it was moved here after being carved or anything.
Are there seams in the stone that you can see, or is it all just seem to be one piece?
I'll look and see.
As you look it over, the only seams that you see are places where it's like a drawer that pulls out or something like that. Otherwise, it looks like, as you inspect further, it's quite strange. Like the entire room and the pieces in it are carved out of the same piece of stone.
And you said there was another doorway with a missing door?
There's a doorway. It's not as small as the one that you came through. It's more like the size that the tunnels have been, in that it's like a 12-foot high door that's about like 7 to 8 feet wide.
Okay.
And it's a doorway. It looks like it should have a door there, but there's nothing there. And as you look out of it, you can see a hallway. And down to the left, you can see another door. You can't see much farther than like 20 or so feet because of the lights situation.
Okay.
But there's another doorway. When you look to the left, on the left, there's another doorway. And there's a bunch of like artistic like frescoes carved into this wall. It reminds you, I mean, you haven't really visited it, but from your knowledge of the world, it reminds you of like the kind of hallway that you might see in like a family wing or guest wing of like a palace.
So we found the kids' room here.
Oh my god.
Is it?
Explains the locks on the doors.
Yeah. Well, also like, man, I wouldn't want to stub my toe here. Is it real echoey because everything is stone, or is there somehow some dampening going on, especially like flat Stone without any
it's-
recesses would be really echoey, right?
It is not echoey at all. It's pretty well dampened, and in fact, you notice that it was kind of that more so here, but it was kind of like that in the tunnels as well, as if there's just something that's preventing the noise from just tracking into all areas that are connected.
Can I sense anything?
Your innate sense, you don't sense any creatures or magical objects.
Cool.
So the question is, what the hell were the traps for? And were the traps for people coming into this area or for people trying to leave this area?
You could give me a knowledge check to see if you put something together.
Nah. I was just posing that to the group.
I can do a knowledge check.
It's up to you. If you want, if you can tell me if you have ideas and try to prove those true, or if you think your character might put it together but you can't, you can make a roll.
Could I make a case for using I know places to be like if I've heard anything about this area?
What specifically are you trying? What information are you trying to get? Like what are you trying to get? Like tall tales of an underground city, or
Yeah.
What are you trying to get?
I'm trying to get like if there are either tall tales of an underground city or if there's any rumored dangerous things in the area besides like your normal.
Yeah, I mean you can give me a knowledge check.
I had kind of a similar question because we like, is there anything in like the myths or stories that I know that would give some insight here, possibly?
Sure, you can give me a knowledge check as well.
Do I get to use I know places on top
If you
of?
spend the hope.
I'm gonna spend a hope.
Can I use Heart Guardian again for this?
Sure.
Cool.
Don't think I do.
What'd you get?
I got an 11 with hope.
You can take that hope, but no, pretty much all the myths you've heard have been similar to the information that Triss has already provided.
Those dice go in dice jail.
I got a 17 with fear.
Right. Yeah, you don't get much more than like the myths that you had about the originators coming up from underground. However, you do know that one of the stories, unlike the vast majority of them, but one of the stories said that the originators didn't just like come from the ground and then populate the Broken Spine. They lived and had like a society underground before something forced them out.
It's curious. Part of me wants to say that those traps were to protect this area just because this feels like a lot of effort for a prison. But some of the stories that I was told talk about how the originators had this flourishing society underground, but something chased them out. And that's why they left.
Well, interesting thing to me is if something was so the manner of chasing, right? Either I imagine if I was chased out of a place, it would not look like pardon the jump in timeline, but like I've cleaned a house to sell it, right? Where it's like absolutely spotless. So either they were not chased out, or whatever chased them out decided to clean up after they left. But it feels really eerie to me.
I mean, it's possible that it's just been so long that anything organic is just fully decomposed.
Yeah.
That's true. Are we seeing dust even?
No dust.
No, but remember the magic that kept the other cave clean. It could be something very similar.
This
True.
entire place is.
I bet that
So
dust that we saw on the
movement.
stairs is gone by now. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying that this entire area has just been so heavily imbued or reliant on magic.
Yeah.
So-
Grace, you can give me a knowledge check, please. No hope or fear on this. Just give me a knowledge check.
We'll do it. No bonuses besides my knowledge bonus.
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, it feels like to me these traps are so close to these living quarters.
I got an 8 with fear.
Well, hope and fear didn't matter on this roll, but I will keep that in mind. Astoy?
Oh, no, go ahead.
No. I was just directing that back to you.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, with these traps being so close to the living quarters, I would assume it was protection. I would have thought initially it was to keep them in, but that second trap that Nyx fell in could be pretty deadly. Like the first one where it grabbed seemed like it was a defensive thing, but then that pit.
The pit was the first one. If you were,
But if you're fleeing,
if you're fleeing, it's the second.
Yeah.
If
It would make
you're
more sense
entering, it's the
if-
first.
If yeah,
If you're fleeing and they want to use non-lethal force first, then it makes sense that the stone and then the pit. But maybe it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's just different types of traps. It's kind of throws any kind of thought I have off on that.
so Knots usually does not stay this quiet for this long, let alone hold this still for this long. And she's just been standing there, she's got a fistful of Kavun's hair in one hand, and she's just holding on to him, and she's looking around with the torch looking for other glyphs.
Is it just coincidence that the Hearthstone, the thing that made your people, is that right? Is it weird that was stolen and the chase to get it has led us here to this place where your people may have come from?
it does feel like too big of a coincidence, especially considering that the Heartstone was one of the treasures that the originators brought with them.
And if what if those traps were made by the people who lived here? What if they were left by someone else afterwards?
The glyphs that were for the traps looked pretty similar to other ones we had seen, right?
Mm-hmm. They did.
Unless someone went about vandalizing this entire space, I don't know if that's particularly likely. The glyphs appeared to be of the same.
What if it wasn't vandalism? What if it was on purpose to protect themselves from stealing their Hearthstone? Like they
Or
stole
what if they
it.
stole it to get it back to activate this thing to have
Right.
some hidden fortress or...
Well,
Possibly, I don't know.
why don't we all come in, go down this hall, because there looks like there's some art. Maybe there's some story that we can understand from it.
That's a good idea.
They
Worst
should
case, we
say-
get past the door.
Yeah. I mean, everybody will have to come in before Triss lets go of that.
Yeah.
I'm a little confused because this door took us like 5 minutes to open instead of a whole episode.
It's
Something's wrong.
because we're rolling good for once.
True.
But even though it's
Speak for
open,
yourself.
Once everybody's in, we'll sort of like, duck in, let the door close behind her.
Yeah, there's more than enough time. Like, I mean, it closes relatively soon after you let go, but there's more than enough time for you to, like, enter. And then the door slides shut, and you can't tell that it's there. Like, it comes in, and it looks like, you know, the pattern and art and whatever pieces there are on the wall, it's seamless.
Interesting.
Does it feel like that maybe was a servant's corridor?
Yes. Yes, it does.
I think that clicks in Triss's brain, and she's like, "Oh, okay, interesting. Why were there traps in the servants' corridor?"
Maybe they had really bad servants.
Or again, that's very close to these living quarters. If you were nobles of some sort, would you want someone having a back
That's
door to your
true.
room?
We had relatively easy access
Yeah,
through those corridors, so
with you anyway.
true. I
So
wonder
maybe
if that
not.
I wonder if that first barrier was part of all of these traps.
Well, that's like an escape tunnel. This was like a palace, and they needed a way out.
That's true.
And obviously, not everyone can turn off the stuff. It has to be, you know, you. Or, I mean, Kaboom might be able to do it, but like passing magic through you because you're, you know, from your kind of.
wait, do we know if you came from the royalty or if you came from the servitude to the royalty?
I wouldn't know. I mean, my extended family has served as guardians of the Heartstone for generations, but I don't know.
Yeah, more just
Really
posing
not.
those questions
You know-
really nag at your soul.
At the right angle, her antlers do look like a crown.
What? So she has a circlet. She's wearing a circlet.
It makes it spikier.
Circlet looks exactly like a circlet.
The stranger thing is that Kavoon was able to come through that as well.
Well, he's a dire cat, a kitten,
Yeah.
but that's
But why
dire
does
creatures come from where I'm from.
okay?
I assume that it was because they also have an inferior connection to the Heartstone. Our myth is that the Heartstone is what gives the Genesis Grove its abundance of life, why everything there is so large. It's not... When I'm there, I'm tall, but I'm not out of place. The trees, the animals, everything is on par with me.
I mean,
Well, we're stuck here, I think.
we have the hallway there, and you'll point to the hallway with the arts and everything.
Yeah. Chris would definitely be eyeing any of the carvings around.
Yeah, for the most part, the carvings just seem like whatever this culture's was their form of artistic impression. for the most part, the art that you see like in this bedroom and in the hallway don't seem to be telling any kind of historical story or even being any kind of story or event at all. It just seems like swoops and swirls or like intricate fractal patterns, like just like interesting pieces of
Sort of like
art.
Muslim style art where there's nothing like organic to it, or it's not really depicting much. It's more just like patterns.
Yes, it's a very pattern oriented art, and it's all like smooth, unbroken stone that like seems to just be like formed out of the wall.
I mean, are there other rooms connected here?
Yeah. Well, like I said, when you look to the left, on
Yeah.
the left, there's another doorway. That's the first one that you can see. When you look to the right, it's like the end of the hallway.
Okay. And all these are missing the doors as well. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep looking. Maybe there's like, I don't know, a magical library or something like that we can find.
Even a carving that depicted something other than patterns would be good.
Yeah. If you guys see any tools or anything, I have a friend who would be interested in seeing this.
What kind of tools?
I think any from here would be interesting for me to take back to her.
Oh, I see what you mean. Gotcha.
Okay.
Is that what
Okay,
you
the door left.
Everyone's
Yeah.
so quiet.
Yeah, you guys move down the hallway. The door to the left is an open doorway. There's no door in. You look inside, and it looks to be a mirror of the room that you were just in. So everything is the same. It's just like the bed is on the other side of the room. They're just like mirrors of each other.
But these are just doorways, not doors.
Correct.
Right.
It looks like there should be a door there, but there's no door. It's just the doorway.
Are there any glyphs that would like to close a door at the 6-foot height?
No, you not. You don't see any glyphs by the doorways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trace,
It does seem weird to not
But
have like
in
doors on
But in the second room, you do find a glyph in the mirrored position on the fireplace mantle. Also
Sure.
in the second room.
Would that
That's
kind of
what
line
the-
up what we saw in the original corridor, where like there would be another one? Okay.
It does.
So
gonna
are there
try-
any like stories that your people have of like spirits that live here? Like nature spirits?
Not stories about spirits live here specifically. We have many stories about nature spirits
What
in
what
general.
kind of spirits do your people like get along with?
I mean, most of them.
Do you know any of their names?
Not. I mean, for us, spirits are like nature spirits. They don't necessarily have names. It might be the spirit of a tree or a creature.
Them. We get along real well with like forest spirits and stuff, and so this is kind of weird for me. I don't really know. I was gonna try and call one to see if it could help us, but I don't really know
I
what.
think that would be a good idea.
I just don't know what that would even look like.
See what shows up.
And sometimes that can be a bad idea. I mean, you've met some of the spirits I've summoned. They tend to be sassy.
So wait,
Yes.
this might be like a giant area, right?
Like mini giants.
Yeah, but like, what if the nymph is like your size, not?
Yeah, I don't have to. It just crossed my mind. Maybe it could help. Let's think about that one. As a last resort.
Well, something Nick said earlier got me thinking, so I'm going to walk over to the desk and just open up a drawer and leave it open and just walk away. I'm curious if this thing closes these drawers on its own. Like we know it cleans.
What you're referring to? It.
Well, whatever does the cleaning here, the magic.
Okay.
My god, what if they're spirits? What if the cleaning crew never left?
Also, when stuff happens, do I sense anything?
No. These are not, at least in the terms of your sense, arcane objects or magical creatures.
Should we try flipping one of the switches by the fireplace?
We can. I believe it will just open the doors back to the corridor.
Only one way to find out.
Crystal.
Yeah, give me a spellcast roll.
I've watched
You can add
Grace
a
try to.
D6.
Yeah, I've watched Grace do this enough. I'm going to try to help.
Okay, are you gonna spend a hope?
Yeah.
Great, you can do 2d6 and choose the highest.
And having seen this a couple of times, and how Triss can't
Hey,
make
crit.
it happen solo.
She at
Is
least
there-
hasn't done it solo.
I think if a story came out to help, she would be like, "Let me try," because I've been curious about this too. Like, let me try it by myself.
All right.
And if it doesn't work, then I'll take your assistance.
You do get 1d6, not 2 then.
Okay.
So just reroll the 1d6.
Okay. Okay, I'm laughing because I got all ones. That does, however, mean a crit.
Yeah, you press your hand into it, and the door kind of does a little bit of a. It kind of just slides away, and you have opening into the unworked tunnel.
Okay.
Like it doesn't move open like it did earlier. It like actually gets out of the way.
Well, it's always just been like sliding away as if it's like disappearing into the wall. But you
pocket
look
door.
at, but you look at it and there's no like pocket. It's just like,
And it stays this time.
well, when she releases it, 10
Oh,
seconds
okay.
later, it's
Gotcha,
Yeah, I think it
gotcha.
would open up to the servant's corridor, and she would be like, "And then take her hand off. No, it would probably.
Yeah.
10 seconds later. It,
Well, let's go check out the rest of this place, and then we can come back and see if that drawer closed on its own.
Sounds like a good plan.
So I was-
yeah, you guys
Okay.
move out into the hallway, and you continue down this hallway to the left. And for the first time, you see a door on the right, and you see 2 more doors on the left, like appear into your vision.
I wanna
And these
keep
are
going.
still much larger than the hallway doors.
Yep. Yep, they're
Check
like
one
the
on the
12-foot doorways.
So that could be sort of what Nix was maybe getting at earlier, is that maybe the servant cast were the smaller
Right. So
giants.
yeah, or not even giant. Like maybe humans were the servants to the giants.
I am going to be the last out of the room. And I'm going to take a pair of my old sandals out and like put one in the open drawer and one under the bed.
Okay.
Just to see what happens.
Like the fucking cleaning lady of this place.
Well, my thought is sort of what Nick said. If they left in a hurry, you would think like things would be open.
Right.
That's true. That's a good point.
You know, like so, like if it cleans by itself and closes things, that would have ruined that for us. So you know, it was more of if it doesn't close it, then it seems like they left as they wanted, right?
I mean, there's lots of. It could be that this was built, right, but never used, right? Like it's like, oh, we added this new wing, and then they left.
Sure.
And so it would look brand new. So maybe we'll find lots of murder and death in the next corner.
There wasn't anything in the spike pit, right? Okay.
Nick's was.
Anything important?
Aw, damn.
Grace will smack Knots on the back of the head, even though Knots didn't say anything.
You're right. She could hear her thinking it.
I want to check out the room on the right.
How did
because
you
it's
know?
All the ones on the left are connected to that corridor.
Yeah, you go into the opening on the right, and it is a wide, spacious room that looks like it's a parlor of some kind. It's got like the stone intricate frames for like couches and chairs, but it's also got like tables and chairs that people could situate at. It's like it's a gathering.
And it's still that whole
place.
like seamless out of
Yep.
the yeah.
And you notice like on the walls that there is like seamlessly formed like bookshelves out of the stone, but you don't see any books.
Gotcha. It's curious. My people can do something similar to this, but only with living objects like trees or wood. But even then, it's a rare art. And to see it used so liberally here in a non-living material.
Give me your choice, instinct or knowledge roll at advantage, Triss.
Ooh.
Oh, I was gonna say, can I help? But it's at
Right.
advantage.
Although,
You cannot help with this, unfortunately. Nobody can help with this particular check.
so Knots does have a thing that might. I don't know what direction you're going with this. Knots is going to say,
I mean, my mom did always say that the earth was a living thing. Like, we grow things out of it, and it gives us its nourishment and stuff. So maybe it's not as inert as you think it is.
A fair point.
Your mom seems wise.
I keep rolling really well every time Carly's like, hey, lore check. Because that's a 25.
nice.
Nice.
I
Great.
don't have good instinct, guys. It's a +0. My knowledge is -1.
Yeah, as you're thinking about it, and you go over and, like, press your hand against this material, there is something weird about the stone. It's not originally like moving through it, and like when you touch the door, you thought it was just kind of, you know, similar to like granite or marble or something like that. But as you are thinking about how your people, your famed crafters, your intricate wood weavers work with the natural living elements, you like press a hand to the stone and you realize it's stone, but there's something living about it in a way that you've never experienced with any kind of stone before.
I think Chris just like crouched by one of the couches looking really confused.
Nyx is gonna draw his weapon because it just dawned on him that he heard the sound of stone like forever ago.
Moving.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
And begin to like kind of frantically look around. Like he's like
Yeah, I think probably at the same time, and not gonna help Nyx's paranoia, Trish is like, the stone feels alive. There's something about it.
Can I check when she says that?
Check for what?
Like, just analyze the stone?
Yeah, I mean, you can give me a knowledge check, but tell me what you're trying to get out of it.
I'm just trying to see if I feel what she feels.
Okay, yeah, you can give me a knowledge check.
Really? I got a 9.
Nobody gets to know shit but Trish.
Right?
I haven't rolled above a 7, guys.
I love how all the knowledge checks that Grace should be good at, Triss has been doing really well at, and Maggie hasn't rolled over a 10.
It is Chris's people.
Grace moves over to where Triss is and like looks and touches the couch, but it's weird given all of the magic here. Grace definitely thinks that she should sense something, but she, other than the magic that is on the group around you, you haven't sensed anything out of place.
This is weird, guys. Not what the fuck did you give me?
Grace is like, this is your fault.
Like what do you mean gave you? Like,
What was in that coffee?
oh, it's just a proprietary blend that my family makes of coffee beans and various fungus that are grown on the farm.
Smack. And then walk away.
Nyx, you can go ahead and give me an instinct roll as you're like wildly looking around.
Where to go? 16 with hope.
Yeah, you look around and you don't see anything. You don't hear anything. But you realize that when the doors opened and closed, there wasn't any sound of shifting rock. So where did that sound come from?
Yeah, that's yeah. Okay, I will say I think that whatever made the noise that I remembered I heard at the bottom of the stairs forever ago is probably deeper in. But I think that we should maybe be much more cautious than we've been.
Was
Not a bad idea.
Was Nyx the only one that heard that, or did not hear it?
Just
When-
Nyx.
Just Nyx?
Based on Triss's story and what she was just saying about the stone being alive, Story's going to walk over to the wall. You felt it here, Triss?
She's like crouched by like some of the furniture.
Okay. He'll
She's
walk
probably still
over.
there. I don't think she's moved. So
Well, Story semi-connected to this land as a druid. He'll walk over to the stone and put his hand on it and try to feel and send some magic out into it and try to talk to it and say, "Hey, can you speak with this fallen creature?"
Yeah, give me an instinct roll.
Okay. I'll spend a hope probably on what's this
Okay.
or what's that, I should say. And oh, Triss, do you want to try to help me talk to it? It is maybe of your people.
I can try. I don't know how much I can do to help talk to stone, but
Are there different languages? I don't know if we've ever discussed that. Or is there just like a language?
There's different languages. There's one like language that like everybody speaks, but there are like languages in pockets of community and like runic languages and things like that that exist.
Maybe you need to, like, speak to it in your people's tongue.
Double threes.
hey, crit, nice.
Yeah, you send your magic out and try to speak with whatever this is. And you don't sense a mind of any kind, but your magic starts reaching and spreading in a similar way to when you have only a few times connected to the network. It reaches and spreads, and you can just feel it pulsing outward across the mountainscape, like just pushing further and further and further out, like spreading through nooks and crannies across the mountain range. Do you continue to hold on to it as it...
I am. I'm actually going to enhance it with Death Connection.
Ooh.
I'll spend a stress to try to extract memories from a corpse.
Yeah, you spend that stress and you realize that this is a corpse of a kind, but you can't get any memories because it is long dead.
Do you,
I mean,
do you get the sense of it as a corpse?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it petrified wood and not stone?
No. It's. I believe it's a corpse. I think your story might be correct. Whether, I mean, I wasn't able to speak with it, but it felt weird. Like it went through the entire land.
Triss
Like
is
it was
having
one
a
thing.
lot of conflicting thoughts because a big part, like for her people at least, the like creation myth is that like the gods killed this being, and that being's like blood and body is what like created the land, sort of like the start of the like cycle of like life and death. So she's just kind of sitting there like equivalent of someone being like, yeah, we've got proof of like Jesus miracles.
I tried to connect to if it had a mind, but I think it's just been gone way too long.
And if the myths are correct, its head is far in the north anyway.
Well,
No, I'm pretty sure that's where its butthole is.
So we're literally in a broken spine.
And that seems like a really great place to leave off until next time.
Okay, they said the name.
What if its butthole is right next to its head? There's nothing that says that its butt has to be down here. Its head could be next to its butt. And then we have
But
the
what-
belching anus and the...
The world is a clam.
Time is a weird soup.
Nice. Thanks,
Well,
Well, I hope
everybody.
you've been enjoying my weird little space.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. I love it. I love weird little spaces.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Nice.
I also, again, forgot to use any of my prayer dice.
you didn't seem to need them.
2 weeks in a row.
It's true.
Let's go.
I used them
She
last
could
week.
use them on other people, though.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I could have too, and I probably could have saved myself, but whatever.
Oh yeah. Nick
did
missed
use one.
missed a few checks by just like inches.
Oh my god.
So, first of all, thank you all for playing tonight. It was great to see you all. I hope you had fun. Does anyone have anything coming up in the next week? Any streams, conventions?
No streams. I apologize for not being at Big Bad Con. The person that I was going with, everyone got COVID. So
No.
I hope they're feeling
literally
better.
2 days before I was supposed to leave. So I believe they are on the mend right now.
Okay.
But yeah, send love to Sarah at Thornhill Gaming.
All the love.
Also, go shop
You
Thornhill
wanna-
Gaming.
That I have.
They make my dice jail.
Nice.
So
Does it
it's
work?
it-
Does it suck
Yeah,
the bad energy
actually.
out?
You put the crystals in there with them.
I do put my crystals in there sometimes.
Amazing.
But yeah, no, they make, if you like Wormwood Gaming but don't want to buy Wormwood Gaming stuff, Thornhill Gaming is, I believe, higher quality, but
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And get your dice from Carly to go in your
Yes.
dice jail.
yes.
Hmm.
A
I do the dice ding.
I need to make one with a speaker that only plays the Game of Thrones shame thing at it.
Perfect. Perfect.
Amazing.
But yeah,
Nice. Very cool. Anybody else?
We got Curseborn next Thursday.
We do. Halloween evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We are doing a Curseborn one-shot. Curseborn is a if you like World of Darkness, I feel like it is very similar, but it is definitely its own thing. It's currently on Kickstarter, and I've kind of been reading through the material as they've been releasing Onyx Path, and they release the chapters, the unedited, unart-filled chapters and all that as the thing goes on. So you actually get to see it and play it and read it right as soon as the Kickstarter is done. It's fantastic. And then their beautiful book arrives when they're done with all of the things that go into putting a book like that together, which there are a lot of. So yeah, looking forward to that, and looking forward to that game. So that is, again, Halloween night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern here on this channel. And then tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, we have a one shot of Waste Walkers, which is by Fari RPGs. We've played some of Fari RPG stuff before here on the channel. So they always make fun little, like, 1-page, 2-page, 3-page RPGs that are super easy to pick up. We're going to be making characters at the beginning of the episode and then diving into a waste crawl. It's not a hex crawl, it's a waste crawl.
Nice.
And then let's see. So Sunday, I have a thing that is for an upcoming mini series. We have a session 0 for a Shadow Dark game that's starting here soon, but that won't be televised, but it is something to look forward to when the Shadow Dark series comes out. Wednesday, of course, we have For the Horde of the Dragon Queen at it's at 1 p.m. now Eastern, which is our Tyranny of Dragons flipped game. They're playing the cultists in the D&D module, the bad guys instead of the heroes trying to stop Tiamat. They're trying to bring her back. I guess next Friday we have this game called Daggerheart. I don't know if anyone's ever seen it before. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tune in for that.
What's that, Jeremy?
Right.
Tell us more.
Tell us more. I guess you'll have to tune in next Friday to find out. All right. We're going to raid out. Hang out, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the Pupper Treat redemptions. I will deliver those. She's been downstairs. So thanks again, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Have another pupper treat.
Oh, thank you, Jason. See you, everybody.